Good afternoon, boys and girls. Josh Powell here, welcoming you to another episode of Amateur Pool. We're going to do the next installment of our pattern play series. I'm going to rack up some 8-ball. We're going to bust them up. We're going to try run out. We're going to talk our way through the rack. Hit that like button if you like this kind of stuff, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to rack these balls up and we'll get started. All right, ladies and gents, we got them racked up. We're going to break. I'm going to do a head ball break. I know it's not what I usually do. I usually break with a second ball break from here, but I've been working on my head ball break because you guys give me a hard time about breaking with the second ball. And honestly, as long as it's a tight rack, the head ball break is great. So my goal, break from the box somewhere in here. I can go off to the side a little bit, but I'm going to hit the head ball as square as possible. I want the cue ball to stop or end up right in this area, and I'd like to make a ball. It's my only goals for this break, guys. I'm working on it, so I don't have a ton of control on this break yet. Yeah, the cue ball drifted a little bit, and it looks like it was a dry break as well. That's okay, dry break. We're still gonna try to run out, guys, see what we can do. All right, let's assess this table. The 9's a bit awkward next to the 8, right? The 4 is a bit awkward here. This group of stripes can be very awkward. If the 7 wasn't there, then these stripes wouldn't be awkward because I can make the 15 and make both of these that way. But with that sitting there, I'll tell you guys, first glance, this is a real tough out, and I don't think it matters which set I choose. It's going to be difficult either way. Solids are easier maybe to run out except for the 4 ball, but I still have to get on the 8 and deal with the 8. And I don't think I can throw it over here. I might be able to put enough spin because I can hit this clean and aim it right about there. So I might be able to actually throw the 8 into this pocket if I get there, you know, if I can get there. So I like stripes better. So let's figure out some sort of a pattern here. What are we looking at as a starter shot? I mean, the 3 is possible. I could shoot the 3, withdraw, come over here for either the 1 or the 2. I could start with the 2, but then I have to shoot over top of these 8 and 9, and it's harder to control where I'm going to end up that way. I don't think I can shoot the 7 because the 8's in the way. I could potentially put a thin cut on this 6, but I don't have the best of starter shots with solids. Oftentimes this happens, guys, where your best set of balls is the worst starter shot. So you have to make a choice. Do you want to take a tough first shot and risk missing? Or do you want to go with the other set? And really, that's up to how you feel at the time. If you feel good, maybe go with the tough first shot. Sometimes, honestly, even when I don't feel good, I go with the tough first shot. Because if you can get that first shot out of the way, the rest of the rack is easier. Easier, right? Not easy. Easier. I'm going to look at this 6-ball cut before I make my decision. It's a very thin cut. I don't necessarily like it. I think I'm going to start with a 3, although I don't like this shot either. It's a tough shot, man. But it's what I got to do. Sometimes you got to buck up and make the shot. All right, that worked out okay. So now my next goal is to drop on this 4 ball. I'd like to be pretty straight on this 4 ball if I can, because I want to be able to make it and either draw back or follow forward for a shape on my next ball. So if I can get straight on this 4 ball, I could essentially follow forward for the 7 here, and that's going to pretty much eliminate all my tough balls. And then I could save either the 5 or the 6 as my key ball to get on the 8. But I'm still not 100% sure that 8 will go clean on a clean hit. But hopefully we can get there and find out. Let's see. So do I want to eliminate the 2 ball before I try to shoot the 1 and get on the 4? I don't necessarily think so because there's no guarantee I line up on the 1 to get to the 4. I could shoot the 2 now and drop right on the 4, but then I have to come back up table for this 1 ball, which is tougher because it only goes in that pocket. It doesn't go in this pocket. I don't mind coming back up table for the 2 because it's a very easy shot. So I think I'm going to shoot the 1 now and drift over and try to fall as straight as I can. I don't want to be perfectly straight, but real close on that 4 ball. So I could either stun this or roll it. I'm feeling roll right now, not stun. So I'm just going to roll it in. Not too bad, not too bad. Now I can follow forward slightly for the 7 and stay on my plan. So once I get on the 7, where's my next ball going to be? You always want to look 2 balls ahead. You don't have to figure out the whole rack. You assess the rack at first and see your problems and where you need to get to those problems. But when you're running out, you're really only looking 2 balls ahead. Or I am anyway. Maybe someone better than me is looking further. But so I'm going to make this. I'm going to shape the 7. And I want to be able to shoot the 7 with top left and come up here and get rid of that 2. That's my next goal here. So maybe a stun follow, like a stun drift, you know, just kind of shoot a stun, but a little bit above center so the cue ball drifts forward. Or I could roll this one as well. Rolling it's a little bit scary, but you have to feel good about your stroke to shoot that stun. And honestly, guys, right now, I don't feel great about my stroke. Just because this is the first balls I've hit all day today, you know, so I'm not loosened up, I'm not warmed up, I haven't made any good shots yet. But nevertheless, the stun follow is the right way to play it rather than rolling it, so I'm going to use that. Hopefully it works out. There we go. Worked out all right. All right, so this one, as I stated, I'm going to make this with top left, come up here, but where do I want to be on the 2 and what ball do I want to shoot next? Remember, we're always 2 balls ahead, guys. So I'm going to shoot the 7. I already know I'm going to shape the 2 because I decided that last shot. Now I'm going to look at what my next shot's going to be. So if I get on this 2 somewhere in here, geez, I got to shape the 5 like right in here. And then make the 5 withdraw to come over here for the 6. And then I can come back over here for the 8. Yeah, I mean, it's a little tricky. I don't necessarily love it, but it is what it is. I didn't get a ton of angle on that too, like I was hoping. This makes this so much more difficult now. I have some angle on the 2. I could pound it, you know, and try to manipulate the cue ball. Or I could shoot the 6 now and drift the cue ball into the 8. That'll open up the 8-9. And if I hit the top of the 8 ball, I should come over here for a shot on the 5. Let me look at that real good. So this is just improvising at this point, right? Because our plan didn't go, I wanted to be out here more with the cue ball. So I could have made this and just come around for the 5. I didn't necessarily end up doing that. So if I shoot this shot here, the cue ball is going to hit the 8 right about here. So the cue ball will drift this way, but the 8 I think is going to end up down here. And that's going to make my life tough when I get to the 8 ball. I got to do it though, man. I got to do it. And if I mess up the shape and don't get on the 5, then I'll be over here and I can shoot the 2 and come back for the 5. So I think changing the plan here is the right way to go. Don't want to hit this one too hard. I was so worried about where that 8 was going to go, man. I missed my shot completely, guys. So there you have it, man. I'm going to see if I can run out the stripes now. It's not going to be easy because we still have all this to deal with. But I'm going to see if I can do it, guys. See if we can run out the stripes. I mean, that 10 ball's staring me in the face, isn't it? But this is my problem. So I want to address this as soon as possible. And if I leave the 10 there, shoot the 15 now, the cue ball comes into the 14, opens this problem up, and I have a 10 as a safety net. So I could shoot the 10 after that. So I kind of like that, guys. That's what I kind of like. You know, we want to make a good first shot, get rid of our problems, and then establish a pattern from there. So we're going to shoot the 15. Oh boy, man. I don't know, guys. Hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, you know. we'll keep playing it just because, and definitely put this video out because this is the reality of it. You know, amateurs miss, guys. Miss a lot more than we want to, that's for sure. All right, so we're back to stripes, guys. Let's see what we got here. All right, we're on the 5. We have to shoot the 5 unless we want to try some silly bank on the 6 up into that corner, which is very silly. And the 8 ball will go past the 14 into this corner. So we need to start with the 5, but we need to make sure we stun and hopefully avoid hitting that 10 and bounce back out towards the middle of the table for ultimately the 2 ball. Because from here, I can make the 2 ball with the left and come around 3 rails for the 6, make the 6 and bounce over here for the 8. This first shot is key though, because this shot is not easy. Yeah. As I told you, it's my first rack here. It's the first balls I've hit today. My stroke obviously is not doing great. But, you know, no edits here, man, because this is it. Now, these stripes, it's time not to, so there gets to be a certain time in a rack, right? Especially when you're not shooting well and your stroke isn't great, where you have to quit trying to think about the patterns too much and think about the play and just shoot. You need to freewheel a little bit, open your stroke up, make yourself a little more relaxed. And with a wide open table like this, now's the time to do that, right? Because if I miss here, I'm in trouble, so I don't want to overthink anything. I just want to run. I want to go. So I'm going to shape the 14 next. I'm going to hit the 15 just on the left side with a little bit of left spin. Come up for the 14. From there, I'm going to shape the 11. I want to make sure I got this angle on the 11 so I can draw up here for the 9. So this is just a real slow shot, a little bit of right spin. Yeah, and I still got the wrong angle. No, I think I got it. I think I got the right angle. Yep, just a stun shot here should take me right up into there. Don't want to be right on that 10 ball, that's for sure. All right, now I got to think for a second. I got the 10 ball next. The 13 only goes up here into this pocket. The 12 will go pretty much in any pocket. I could shoot this 9 and easily shape the 10 next, which is probably what I'm going to have to do, I think. Ultimately, I'd like to save the 10 for the end, but it really doesn't matter too much. The 8 ball's wide open. The important part here is just not to miss again, because if I miss, there's no way I get another shot at the table. Really, I probably wouldn't have this shot if I was playing a real match. But so this one, I'm going to follow forward slightly, and I'm going to come up into here, and I'm either going to land on the 12 or the 13. I would like to land on the 13 first, come over here off the 13, and shoot the 12 with follow to get down here for the 8. I got pretty straight on this 13, guys. Got pretty straight on it. So let me look and see if there's another option here. I still don't hate it, guys, really. I mean, I'm going to have to follow up to this rail with a little left spin and come back down slightly. So I've got to move the cue ball a little more than my original plan, but the plan stays the same. Too much angle on that 12. Yeah, see, I'm struggling. Struggle bus today, guys. All right. Because I got all this angle on the 12, I don't think I'm going to try to hold it. I'm not going to try to roll the cue ball up. I'm going to hit it a little more firm and come off this bottom rail and back up. So this ball will be struck with just a little bit of top and a little bit of left. Yeah, I give up, guys. No more running. That's it, man. That's it. It's easy from here, guys. It is what it is. Sometimes you just don't play your best. And today's one of those days. Like I said, it's my first game I've played, my first balls I've hit all day. wanted to show you guys the reality of it. Sometimes we just play like crap, right? If you like the video, hit the like button, man. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm still posting this, guys. Show me some love in the comments. No hate. I appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.